Forget gas fees, forget seed phrases. You see, your first contact with Web3 should not require a MetaMask tutorial. The barrier to adoption shouldn't be technical, but it should be more psychological. And there's one project that successfully hacked this while everyone was chasing the metaverse. You know what this project was doing? They solved the only problem that matters, which is mass adoption. And the project I'm talking about today is Pudgy Penguins. I'm sure most of us are familiar with that project. So what Pudgy Penguins did was that they didn't build a better bridge. They executed the perfect reverse funnel. So it wasn't just about toys this time. It was an engineered, what I like to call a Phygital customer acquisition. It was an engine that flips the industry on the head. And on today's episode, we are going to share the play-by-play on how they successfully achieved this. If you're in Web3, you know the core constraint of Web3 is precision. We're talking gas, seed fees, complex prices, complex UIs. But what Pudgy did was their leadership understood this. They knew you don't have to sell the technologies, you have to sell the IP. I'll explain that. And so what they did was it went straight to the ultimate low friction gateway, which was mass retail. You see, by securing over 2,000 Walmart stores right out of the gates, that they hit Target and Walgreens. And what they did was they were able to achieve market penetration that no crypto ad campaign, I kid you not, no crypto ad campaigns could ever touch. They took the level dollar plush toy and weaponized it as a lead generation funnel. And then you ask yourself, how were they able to do this? Well, one thing I'm going to tell you is this is the tactical master stroke. It's like an invisible on-ramp, because every physical product, every plush toy at stores, they had a birth certificate, a QR code that you could scan. You scan it, you get your toy, you scan it, and you're instantly granted access to the Pudgy world. The Pudgy world is their digital ecosystem on Z-Sync era. But here's the key technical point I don't want us to miss, is that the user is only concerned with redeeming their e-link digital traits for their avatar. They are never prompted for a private key. Pudgy Penguin handles the wallet abstraction entirely in the back end. They bypass the psychological barrier of crypto. They turned a toy purchase into an unbelievably cheap and effective first-time user acquisition. Now, for the sustainable engine, right, and the Perpetual IP Alignment, because I mentioned IP at the beginning of this video, was that Pudgy Penguin didn't just stop at licensing their own IP. They created a protocol for decentralized licensing, and it's called OverpassIP. I'm sure most of us have not heard of that. So what this platform did was that it allowed the company to license specific traits from individual NFT holders and use them in the mass market toys in return. So the NFT holders, basically, they receive a perpetual royalty of about 5% of net revenues from the sales of that physical product. And so what this created was a sort of a value accrual, and it turned every single holder of that NFT into an incentivized self-funding brand ambassador. And see, my friends, that is exactly how you achieve organic network effect marketer, by tying your community's wallet directly into the retail unit's economics. And so you're asking yourself, does this model work at all, or is this still applicable to today's project? You see, look, I want us to focus at the metrics, because this is not sentiment. This is data. This is real data with proof, with fact. Pudgy Penguins have been able to secure $30 million plus in retail sales, and they've sold over 1 million physical units. You see, that is a massive non-volatile revenue stream that literally de-risk the entire project from crypto market cycles. And finally, I want us to look at their asset performance, because after all said and done, there has to be some sort of proof to all this. And so since the retail pivots, the Pudgy Penguin floor price has literally consistently outperformed all other blue chip NFTs as state BTH, and their value wasn't just based on speculation. It was based on tangible unit economics and a proven product market fit in the physical world. And so the lesson is clear for everyone building anything in Web3 today, because Web3 is the back office. It is your back office, and your IP is your product. You need to stop trying to force users into a wallet. Build a product they already want, build what they already want, deliver it into a channel they already use, and hide the blockchain until they are hooked. Look at Pudgy Penguins, for example. They did their research and they were able to master that and become successful at it. That is the blueprint for real world scalability, because if we're talking mass adoption in Web3, we need to also look at how we can infuse Web2 into Web3. And so that is how you turn a JPEG into a global IP. And so guys, next week we are going to be dissecting the Arbitrum or the LTC's activity-based airdrop model pure community, their incentive engineering, and how they were able to be successful with it. Why don't you either subscribe once it, and let's keep cracking the code on I Alpha Web3 built.